Hello everybody, just a quick update. I haven't actually done one for a couple of weeks now. Home life's been a bit hectic at the minute. Got a seriously ill relative, close relative, and we're having to visit him in a home because he's too ill for us to even look after ourselves. So yeah, a bit hectic, doing a lot of visiting. On top of that, my work is I work on the grounds and gardens of a stately home, and they've now switched to sort of spring and summer hours, so we work an hour later each day now. So that on top of what's going on at home, not leaving me a great deal of time for things to enjoy, painting, hobby and that kind of thing. So yeah, I've not actually got a great deal done, to be honest. Done these, I did a video about a week ago, and that was an unboxing for some miniatures I bought. Age of Sigmar stuff, Khorne, Bloodborne, Bloodbound. Bloodborne's a game, isn't it? Yeah, so that's the only video I've done like in the past couple of weeks. So this is the first update for a couple of weeks, like I say. Yeah, anyway, these are the next unit of, or the final unit of Hearthguard for Saga. Again, Vikings from Saxon Miniature Range. Just the 4 there. Yeah, 3 of them have got little big man studio shield transfers. That one there, second from the end, second from the right. The other 3 have all got the shield slung on the backs. The one who's now on the right, I painted that shield because of the rim. I wasn't sure if the transfers would fit, so I painted that one and then just used the transfers on the other 2, which are quite nice ones. Yeah, so that's those. Just one unit of warriors to do, and that's a 6-point force ready. I've barely started the other unit of warriors. I've just sort of done their heads and the sort of black for the helmets, for the ready for the metallic to go on, but yeah, hardly any progress at all on the warriors. So that's those. New arrivals were some Normans. Insert spitting sound effect right here. The hated Normans. Nice looking figures though, but hopefully they're going to suffer defeat after defeat in whatever game they're used in. These are just some of them. I just sort of on impulse assembled them. I ordered them. I wasn't sort of thinking of getting them ready to paint or anything yet because I'm trying to concentrate on Vikings and then Irish. But down the line, obviously, I'm going to be doing Saxons, Normans as well. I ordered these from Saxon Miniatures. They're doing a deal of a Norman warband, basically a 4-point warband for 50 quid, and you get 8 mounted knights plus a mounted warlord. Then you get 12 crossbowmen and you get 8 crossbowmen and 12 archers. So I ordered that. That was quite a good deal. On top of that, they do armoured heavy infantry, which are basically, I suppose, dismounted knights. And there's 16 variants of those, so I bought those as well. But I've only actually based and undercoated the 4 of these knights and the 8 crossbowmen, but I just wanted to get an idea of how they looked. These are the first mounted figures I've had from Saxon. I think they were the first ones they did. They've just released recently some Arthurian ones, so some British Arthurian knights, which look really good, which I'll get eventually. But yeah, I like the look of these. Yeah, the horses are quite nice. I look forward to painting those, and yeah, hopefully the Normans are going to get a good thrashing in whatever game they turn up in. Not a big fan of Normans, but they did look cool, I've got to say. I'll give them that, and I suppose they did a fair bit for Britain in the end. So that's the Mounted Knights, and these coming up now, the Crossbowmen. Again, nice figures. They basically came in one piece apart from the actual cross pieces of the crossbow. That was the only separate item, so you just had to stick them on the end of the staves. Yeah, went together well. Some of them have got shields already moulded on the backs, which I quite like having that done, because it's sort of one less thing to fill about with. Not sure if I'll be using transfer. I don't think I've actually got any kite shield transfer, so to begin with I'll be painting shields on these Normans. But yeah, again, the Saxon, nice looking figures. Get my big hand out of the way. I did email them and ask them, because they've done the foot knights who are, you know, fully in chainmail and stuff. I've emailed them and asked them if they're going to be doing any in tunics, sort of infantry in tunics, and he's working on them now, so they'll be going on the to buy list. But yeah, I like those, nice looking figures. And last thing for today is related to the unboxing I did the other week, which was Age of Sigmar, Games Workshop, obviously. This is what's called it's a character called a Skull Grinder. Really nice figure. Obviously plastic with this, because Games Workshop, they only do plastic and resin now, don't they? But yeah, very nice figure this. Nice to paint, nice to put together. I mean, I do prefer metal figures, to be honest, because of the robustness of them. I mean, I worry about things like this, you know, plastic, sort of length of chain, and these kind of bits down here, and the skull on the chain, you know, a bit fragile. I think, you know, could break easily. You have to store them very carefully, and if you want to transport them anywhere, you have to make sure they're well packed. But you know, brilliant detail. Got to give Games Workshop that, and it went together very nicely. You know, no real problems putting it together, which more than I can say for a lot of manufacturers. It's a nice one to paint. The base, by the way, is a resin base by Dark Arts Miniatures. It's from the Lava range they do. I think it is a good match for this sort of figure. Sets them off quite nicely. I suppose with, you know, the base, these kind of bases, that's another. It's almost like painting a miniature again, because, you know, I've put a fair bit of work into it, trying to give it that kind of glowing look from the heat around the lava crust, and trying to blend in the oranges and yellows and white and everything together. So I suppose it's an extra sort of painting task, as it were, but it still makes the figure stand out quite nicely, I think. Yeah, so yeah, nice figure that. Well impressed with it. I look forward to painting a few more now. I've got stacks of them to do, so that was sort of my first go, and I think I've got the kind of colour I like the look of. I've got the red looking the way I like it to look on the armour. Skin, everything's kind of come out first time how I was hoping it would. So I'll have to jot down what I did before I forget, and I'll sort of follow the same method for the next lot. But yeah, that's him, Skull Grinder. Nice looking character. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Until next time, hopefully it won't be too long. Say I'm working on these Saga Viking warriors now. Hopefully I'll make a bit of progress this week, but like I say, I'm a bit pushed with time at the moment, so struggling to fit any hobby time in. But anyway, thanks to everyone watching, commenting and subscribing. Appreciate it. Take care. See you next time. Bye.